these simple steps. Rescan your digi-boxes and look for Highland TV on the list. Make sure to reposition your antennas for those watching through digital smart TVs. Catch us beyond the screen through our social media platforms on the Regional News Group Luzon Facebook page and RNG Luzon YouTube channel. So hit that notification bell for more updates.
Calling out all business owners. Optimize your sales with Highland TV and the Regional News Group Luzon. Establish your e-commerce and put up your brand with the fastest rising TV and free-to-air digital channel in the region. Be our partner and call us at 074-637-3947 or send us a message at rngluzon@gmail.com or via our Facebook page. Take your market to new heights with Highland TV.
Happy Lunes mga Marites! Grabe naman, dapat more ang energy natin dahil it's a new week and it's a new start for all of us. Kaya good vibes, let us all attract happiness and good vibes all throughout the week. Makakasama niyong nag-iisang Randy Guzman, napakalit pero napakakulit na maghahatid sa inyo ng katatawanan, kakakiligan, kung ano-anong very good vibes for today.
Yan, good morning, good morning. It's the 4th of July. Lahat ng mga Amerikano magdiwang because it's their Independence Day. Pero
talaga?
tomorrow pa sila kasi
Ay.
advance tayo eh. It's the 4th of July and gising-gising, bangon-bangon na po. Simulan natin ang ating Lunes kasama ang inyong dynamic duo ngayong araw na ito ng Lunes. Kaya naman bawal ang tamad-tamarin. Gising-gising, bangon-bangon na po. Yan.
And pwede nyo kaming mapanood sa inyong TV, no, Charles? Alam mo ba yun?
Pwede nyo pong mapanood ang Morning Balitaktakan sa inyong telebisyon. I-riscan nyo lamang po ang inyong mga digibox. Ipihit lang ng ipihit hanggang sa mahanap nyo po or gamit kayo ng remote. Bakit ba ganun yung ginagawa ko? Remote naman dapat kasi. O yan. So, i-riscan nyo lang ang inyong mga telebisyon hanggang sa mahanap nyo po ang Highland TV. Dito po sa Baguio is Channel 44 pero magkakaiba po sila ng channel depending po sa inyong lokasyon eh. So, hindi palaging staple na Channel 44. I-riscan nyo lang hanggang sa mahanap nyo po ang Highland TV. Yan.
Pero kung nakahiga pa kayo papunta sa trabaho pa uwi o kung ano-ano ayaw nyong magbukas ng TV, wala kayong TV. Pero may cellphone kayo. Naku, hirap na walang
Tinakbo yung TV.
Parang tayo, wala tayong TV. Kaya cellphone na ang meron kami. Mapapanood nyo po kami sa aming Facebook page dahil lagi po kaming naka-live stream. Ayan.
Tama.
Ay, search nyo lamang po ang Regional News Group RNG Luzon. Tapos, syempre, ang gagawin nyo, follow, like, subscribe, kung ano-ano, hit that notification button para lagi kayong ma-notify, hindi lang sa Morning Balitaktakan, pero all throughout the day because we have a lot to share sa inyong mga ka-MB. Also, we are also being live stream sa aming YouTube channel, which is RNG Luzon. So, same lang ang gagawin, ano? Like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification button, share, and kung ano-ano pa, pwede kaming mag-share sa inyo ng kung ano-anong aming pinagdadaanan stories, balita, sa aming iba pang social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, RNG Luzon, nag-isa, wala ng iba.
Yan, nag-iisa, wala ng iba. And starting ngayon, upang maging updated naman po tayo sa ating ulat panahon, atin munang silipin kung ano ang inaasahan nating weather system natin ngayong July 4, 2022. Sa ating latest weather update, mga kabalitaktakan, inaasahan po na ang Luzon ay inaasahang makakaranas po ito ng magandang panahon. Pero po dito sa bandang Batanes at Cagayan at dyan po sa bandang Ilocos Norte at some parts of Isabela, hindi po sila makakaranas ng magandang panahon ngayon. Bagkus makakaranas po sila ng maulap na panahon na may pagkalat-kalat na pag pag-uulan at inaasahan po itong lalakas mamayang tanghali dahil nga po sa habagat na dala, no? Itong pag-ulan na dala ng habagat habang dito po sa Region 1, dito po particular sa Ilocos Region, Cordillera, and then Central Luzon, inaasahan po na makakaranas po tayo ng magandang panahon ngayong umaga dahil wala na po tayong bagyong humihila sa habagat na ito. So magandang magsampay ngayon ng mga labahan siguro at kung ano-ano pa man na pwede nyong gawin habang maaliwalas po ang panahon. Pero asahan pa rin po ang pag-uulan sa bandang tanghali o sa hapon dahil nga po meron pa rin itong mahina na bugso ng habagat dito po sa Northern Luzon. So magdala pa rin tayo ng payong if in case na maabutan tayo ng ulan at ang pinakamababang temperaturang naitala kaninang umaga ay 16 degrees Celsius habang inaasahan po itong iinit hanggang sa tanghali hanggang sa hapon sa 23.9 degrees Celsius. Ang araw ay sumikat kaninang 5:29 in the morning at inaasahan itong lulubog mamayang 6:30 in the afternoon. Yan. Lamig kanina.
Oo, kaninang umaga.
Nakapagpainit ako ng 3 thermos ng tubig.
Oo, pero alam mo, isa pa sa nakakatakot nung last week, no? Meron tayong
bagyo.
Quake.
Earthquake.
Hindi, diba sa Isabela, grabe, no? Ang lakas, nakita ko yung mga
Gano'ng
videos.
kalakas ulit yun? Nakalimutan
Parang
ko.
6.1. Oo, 6.1 magnitude. And meron talaga mga videos na talagang
umaalog.
Oo, and ano yung mga bahay, talagang nahati-hati sila. So, mag-iingat pa rin tayo. Alam nyo na ngayon, medyo na naman ang mga kalamidad. Lalo dito sa Cordillera, no? Kasi landslide, may bahanga dito sa bundok Oo.
Diba?
Pero ang isa sa pinagtutuunan pa ng pansin ay meron daw chika sa Bulacan. Ano ba yan, Charles?
Sige, baba muna tayo dyan po sa Central Luzon. Dahil nga po, ito pong inihain na batas sa pagbuo po ng isang economic zone dito po sa probinsya ng Bulacan ay vinito po, or hindi po pinayagang o hindi inapprove ni President BBM sa pag-upo nito. So, maraming mga senador ho ang naghayag ng kanilang reaksyon kung saan sinabi po nila na nakahanda naman po silang mag-refile ulit for this coming sets ito pong paparating na mga or nakaupo na pala ng mga senador. Isa na po sa mga nagulat dito ay ang kapatid po ng presidente na si Senator Amy Marcos kung saan hindi po niya inaasahan itong pag-veto ni President BBM. So isa po din sa mga naghayag dito ay si Senator Villanueva kung saan sinabi po niya that we will carefully study on refiling this bill and even consider other possible proposals such as strengthening the PEZA or the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. So kapag economic zone, madaming mga kumpanyang nahihikayat kasi mamuhunan dyan.
Kasi meron dyan magkakaroon ng airport din. Yun ang pinaplano nila. Magkakaroon dyan ng airport wherein, syempre, pag may airport, madaming mga businesses. It will give enough work sa mga tao. However, meron ding mga comments na kaya daw talaga in-stop kasi nga malapit sa Bulacan ay itong bagong New Clark Airport.
Magkatabi sila.
So bakit pa tayo magtatayo dito sa Bulacan? Ang Bulacan ay isang maganda ding lugar for agriculture. So yun naman ang sinasabi ng ilang mga nagko-comment ng mga residente doon na buti na lang daw hindi daw napirmahan kasi nga yung agrikultura mamamatay. Ngayon nga pinapalakas nga natin ng agriculture, 'di ba?
Iyon
so,
nga
hindi pa natin alam. Pero ang isa sa alam natin dito po sa Baguio City, naku po, meron na pong isang naitalang namatay nang dahil po sa dengue. Mag-iingat po tayo. Ito po ay isang batang lalaki mula po sa City Camp, tama ba? City
tama.
Camp Central. 10 years old. Namatay siya noong June 27. Dahil nga sa dengue, pero June 16 nilalagnat na daw itong bata. Parang dalawang
meron
araw.
Ng sign.
Meron ng sign, 2 araw, pero nung June 27, nagkaroon na siya ng mga convulsion and namatay siya, idineklara because of dengue and pneumonia. Kasi parang ganun. Kasi di ba pag dugo yan eh. So hindi yan talaga din malalabanan. Kaya naman pinapaalala po ulit natin na ngayong tag-ulan, gawin po natin ang 4S. Alam niyo na kung ano yung 4S. search
tama.
and destroy. Lahat na nang pwede nyong gawin, kailangan nyong linisin ang inyong mga gulong. Kung may mga gulong kayo dyan, mga halaman.
Yung mga nakatiwangwang.
Oo, palitan yung mga tubig ng mga plantito nyo. And always protect yourselves. And ayun nga, lagi kayong tumakbo agad sa ospital kapag nagkaroon kayo ng sinyalis. And linisin ang mga basura. Isa din yan yung basura.
Oo,
Naku.
tama. Yung mga basura natin. Kasi nga po, nagpaalala muli po ang pamahalang lungsod na maging responsable sa ating mga basura. Dahil nga po marami po sa ating sa mga turista at mga residente ay nako, hindi po naglilinis sa kanilang hindi po nila nililinisan or pinipick up itong mga basura po nila. So, yun po, sabi po ni Mayor Benjamin Magalong na sa pagsasagawa po nila ng cleanup drive kasama ang One Baguio Movement, isa po itong NGO dito sa lungsod, nakapag-produce po sila ng isang truck, nakapag-produce ng isang truck, nakakuha ng isang truck na full of garbage daw. So, kailangan po nating kailangan nating maging responsable sa ating mga basura kasi alam mo dito sa Session Road before ang walang basurahan dyan sa Session Road noon kasi kinakausap ko si Engineer Buyukan ng GSO. Sir, bakit kayo walang basurahan dyan? Ang sabi niya, kung maglagay kami ng basurahan dyan, baka mamaya putaktihin yan ng mga basura, doon lahat ipupunta. Baka naman doon na lang matambak doon. Tapos sa isip ko, para baka mapuno. Pero andun yung purpose niya to collect the trash. Siguro gawing regular na lang. Tapos siguro kinonsider naman ni Engineer Buyukan, naglagay sila ng basurahan dyan. And kung makikita mo, yun nga lang ang problema, hindi na segregate. So it is on our part na isegregate po natin ang ating mga basura kasi importante po, sinasabi naman nila. Kapag kinokolekta yung basura, nilalagay naman sa isang truck. Yun pala, tinignan ko, paano niya sinesegregate, kako? Yun pala, may compartment pa doon sa likod ng truck. Doon sa parteng yun yung mga bote.
Sa Assumption, ang daming basura.
Yan.
Sa dulo, di ba? Yung sa session, doon ang daming basura lagi.
Nangangamoy paggabi.
May mga karton. And kapag hindi po tayo naglinis, hindi tayo nag-ingat na kung mau-hospital tayo. Pero alam niyo ba, sa ibang bansa, wow, ang kanila pong mga doktor, hindi naman doktor kasi hindi ka naman nila, ang kanilang assistant or staff ay mga robot na. Nako, dito sa Pilipinas, ayoko pa rin magkasakit pero gusto ko pa rin namang makakita ng mga robot na staff. Maganda kaya yun?
Cute nyo na.
Charles Gising! Doraemon! Anyway, panoorin na natin ito.
Hospital nurses have a tough job, on their feet for hours caring for patients. A Texas-based startup called Diligent Robotics says it has created a robot that can help. It's called Moxie.
You scan your badge, click the drawer that your item is in, take it out, close it, hit OK, and she's on her way to the next one.
A robot that is easy to work with. That's what Diligent Robotics co-founders Andrea Tomas and Vivian Chu are striving for with Moxie.
Working on robots that were going to be side by side with people. That's really been our kind of passion about making sure that robots can be functional and safe and even a little bit fun to be around.
Before they created Moxie, the founders did their research, speaking with hospital executives and nurses about specific needs like lockable compartments that require a staff badge to open. Another for putting medicine and supplies in the right place. Moxie's extendable arm, which collapses neatly, allows it to work in tight spaces. Medical staff also needed a quick way to get Moxie's help.
Instead of having to run down to lab and get a certain test tube, or just text Moxie, she'll go get it, or she'll come pick up my sample and take it down there to lab for me.
Moxie has LiDAR sensors that use light to measure distance, and its cameras have sensors that detect depth and color, allowing it to navigate on its own.
Drive it around, it will build a map, and then from that it can navigate autonomously throughout the hospital.
Hospital robots done well can help the bottom line, says one expert.
And Diligent has really understood how can you deliver a product that is easy for the people to use, that is very socially interactive, and because you get staff that does more caring for your personnel, your ratings go up.
A helpful colleague during the busiest of times. Dina Mitchell for VOA News.
Bizarre Music offers a complete line of musical instruments. Bizarre Music, Baguio's pioneer in online music and art lessons. Bizarre Music, bringing music closer to your hearts.
Coronavirus. Dahil dito, may mga bagay na hindi mo na magagawa. Ngunit, may katuwang ka. PDA or Pau de Arco Herbal Capsule na may antiviral quercetin at immunity booster. Mag-PDA or Pau de Arco Herbal Capsule araw-araw. Para iwas sakit, iwas virus.
PDA. Proteksyon, depensa, alay sa kalusugan. PDA or Pau de Arco Herbal Capsule is available in all leading drugstores nationwide. Another quality product of Aldridge Corporation.
For better life.
Recount the narratives that matter with these simple steps. Rescan your digi boxes and look for Highland TV on the list. Make sure to reposition your antennas for those watching through digital smart TVs. Catch us beyond the screen through our social media platforms on the Regional News Group Luzon Facebook page and RNG Luzon YouTube channel. So hit that notification bell for more updates.
Yes! Ayos to! Ayos to!
Pa, lakas naman ang tawa mo.
Sino ba namang hindi matutuwa dito sa online shopping service at cash on delivery ng TG Home Builders? Pwede din mag-online reservation for pickup.
Pa, ano yung sinasabi mo?
Ma, mapapakabitan na natin ng tiles ang bahay natin.
Pa, baka naman pwede mo isabay yung bubong ng bahay natin.
Para sa quality construction materials, mag-TG Home Builders. Main warehouse and showroom at number 75 Ferguson Road, Gisad, Baguio City. Bucaucan Branch at number 73 Bucaucan Road, Baguio City. Marcos Branch at KM3 Marcos Highway, Baguio City. Sales Office Branch at number 221 Atab Marcos Highway, Baguio City. La Trinidad Branch at KM6 Batag, La Trinidad. And Urdaneta Branch at MacArthur Highway, Urdaneta City. TG Home Builders. We turn houses into homes.
Sa panahon ngayon, dumarami na naman ang lamok. Oras na para mag-4S. Una, suyurin at sirain ang pinagmumulan ng mga lamok. Pangalawa, sarili ay protektahan laban sa lamok. Pangatlo, sumangguni agad sa pagamutan kapag may sintomas na ng dengue. Pang-apat, sumuporta sa fogging or spraying kapag may bantana ng outbreak. Pangalagaan ang sarili laban sa kagat ng lamok. Mag-4S tayo para dengue out!
It is another Monday morning sa atin Morning Barkada at sabi ko nga kahit nasa virtual world si Ma'am Sheki, hindi pa rin ako magpapatinag of giving you inspiring stories. And ngayon, alam niyo ba Morning Barkada, she has gone so far already. Makikita natin ang kwento niya. Ngayong umaga, we have with us Police Lieutenant Colonel Kimberly Esteban Molentes and currently Morning Barkada nako. She is the Assistant Chief and Liaison Officer of the PNP for the Office of the President. Good morning po, Colonel.
Hi, good morning. At sa lahat ng iyong viewers, good morning everyone. Naimbag nga agsapa amin kanya. Yung met ay agsapat ako amin. Yes, as introduced earlier, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Kimberly Militas. Thank you for having me in your show.
It is our pleasure and honor po, Colonel, kasi sabi ko nga napaka-busy natin and I was able to grab you from what you are currently doing. And Colonel, let's start naman with the question na how did you become part of PNP? Was this a childhood dream even?
Not really. Not really. I finished my nursing degree first at the Pine City Colleges back in 1997, and as you might, I don't know if everyone knows, but my father was also a police officer. I mean, both of them and my mom are public servants, and we grew up doing so many things together as a family, helping the lesser fortunate than us, because of course we're not rich. We come from, I come from a very humble family as well, but both of our parents has always been involved with helping other people. So I guess that was it. And I took up nursing, not having in mind becoming a police officer. But I wanted a permanent job when I finished my nursing degree, and my friends took the exams at the Philippine National Police Academy and asked me to join them. So I took the exams and I passed, and they didn't. So I was the only one who passed the exams. So I pursued it, and thank God in 2000 I graduated from the Philippine National Police Academy. So it was not really a dream. It just happened. But I learned to love it as I went along the journey of me becoming a woman in uniform as a police officer.
Ang ganda naman ng story na yun, Colonel, kasi parang it is by fate that you were in that position now. Colonel, from the typical roles of a woman, we stood out from it kasi. What were the challenges of being a police woman? And do you think that in our society right now, does misogynistic views still exist dahil nakikita nilang ay babae ito? How do you take on, what is your take on that?
Well, our country, I believe, has done a good job giving opening opportunities for women in the country, not just in the field of policing, but in the uniform service, but also in other careers. We have not limited the opportunities of women in this country, and especially that I think happened, or I believe it happened also in the Philippine National, where we allow women to thrive and choose whichever path they would like to take. It's amazing how we have progressed over time. I can proudly say that the Philippine National Police has opened its doors for women and not limiting us, Pero in my many years in the police service, nandun pa rin yung pagiging strong ng pagiging paternal, no, ng ating yung mga male counterparts namin, yung mga boss namin, of course, kasi women started in the Philippine National Police late na, so mas marami tayong senior na mga kalalakihan, and at times when women, in the presence of women police, parang umaandar pa rin yung ano yan sa mga lalaki. Ipabuhat niya yan sa mga lalaki. Pag when in the aspect of combat, di ba, in field work, meron pa rin yung dalawang isip, because I have always been given the opportunity to really decide what I wanted to do. I started in the field as a police operative. So sa Tagalog, sa lingwahe ng mga kapulisan, laking kalsada din ako. So talagang nag-field ako ng ilang taon. Nagtrabaho ako sa presinto bilang I was a precinct commander in Pasay City. Wow. It was one of the biggest precincts in the city. So it was very challenging. It was fun, of course. I believe I was the only woman in the team. Ako lang yung precinct commander. Ako yung precinct commander at ako lang yung babae. They were all puro lalaki lang yung mga tao ko. So the challenge, I believe, is when that happens, when our male counterparts suddenly feels this it's an instinct nila na naku, babae yan, merong ganun pa rin. And also, secondly, is I think most women decide when they decide to get married or have a family, they want to take on more on administrative work,
Yes.
which I didn't go through. Most of my works are in the field until such time I was assigned at the national headquarters as the first female spokesperson of the chief of the Philippine National Police in 2009. I was just a captain at that time. And I just came back from Australia after completing my master's degree. So I think that's so far what the challenge would be. The job is not limited to anything. I think I believe yun naman yung magandang nagawa ng ating leadership ng Philippine National Police.
Certainly, Colonel. And Colonel, nasabi mo nga in one of the interviews that you had, sabi mo nga there was a time na sinabi lang, bakit andito ka sa field when supposedly maybe you can be in the administrative side of the service? Sabi mo parang, hindi ko alam, I mean, one of your heads said, nasan kita ilalagay? So,
yes, I think that was him being a father. I remember that interview. That was, he was my first boss. In fact, tawag ko sa kanya hanggang ngayon, Tatay Alex. But he's General Alejandro Gutierrez, and he's the first, in fact, to really give me a break and believe that I can work in the field, because he was the one who assigned me as a precinct commander sa Pasay. And I was very thankful of him, because that was the beginning of how I understood that women can be at par with men. We can always command, we can also command, we can also do field work, we can get our hands dirty, mingle with people, do a lot of work that requires energy, lakas ng katawan at isip. Hindi lang ang papel lang ang hawak natin, kundi baril din ang hawak natin, naka-combat shoes tayo, all these things. So, I was very thankful to him, yes, because when the first time he met me, I was very young. I was just 22 kasi. When I graduated at the academy. So, in a way, he was a bit taken aback na parang, ang bata mo pa, and, ano bang pwede kong, saan ba kita ilalagay doon yung career. And then I told him that, I would like to work in the field, and he agreed. So I'm very thankful of him. And he became also, of course, my mentor in my career. And he retired, and I'm still in the service. So it's weird, because I met him as a lieutenant colonel, and now I'm a lieutenant colonel myself. So that's how long I've been working in the service.
All right. And these people, Colonel, have just honed and really believed in you. Colonel, in the years and experience of being in the uniform service, what morals or principles would you tell the younger generation right now to treasure in this most trying times? Kasi ikaw, you had good support system. Ikaw naman, how would you like to pass this on?
Yes, that's true. I was born to me, it was a privilege that I was born and raised in the mountains in Kibungan and also in the city in Baguio. So I had the best of both worlds. I was raised by a village. I was raised with elders. I was raised with my aunties and uncles, cousins. So we were practically raised by a community. Diba sabi nga nila, really raised the child is to raise the community. I was given that privilege and that opportunity, and my parents has raised us in the life of simplicity and humbleness and humility. And in these very trying times, they've always taught us that perseverance is very important. That also that we need to appreciate the beauty in the life that was given to us, regardless of the resources that we have. It's very important to understand that really the most important things in life are not even things that money can buy. So time, life, the air you breathe, the people around you, those are the most important things in life. And I value that all throughout my career, it's something that has kept me going and kept me strong all these times. I was very blessed to have a beautiful parents, and siblings that who inspires me. Take inspiration from our families. They're the most important people in your life, regardless of the friends you made along the way, the maybe the wealth that you build along the way, the career that you grow along the way, or whatever accomplishments, and even the failures that you have along the way. You have to value all these things to keep you going and to make you a better person. All the experiences that we go through it. Life is such, full of surprises and mystery, and it's not always a bed of roses. Sabi ng, my parents said so that it's not always, it's not always good times. There will always be challenges that we face head along the way, head on, and all we need to do is understand that each person in the world we meet has different circumstances, from us. And regardless of what we have, we should keep treasuring the most important things in our lives, which are those that we cannot buy even. So, you have to believe that your family is one of the most, if not the permanent, is the most, or the permanent relationship you will ever have in your life. And whatever the circumstances are, you give due respect to the people around you, because they are the people that makes you who you are. So in these trying times, I think it's very important to keep that in mind. You should value your life and the people around you, because that's the most important. And in these trying times, we've seen that regardless of what you have, even if you have the money, all the money that you have, it becomes useless. I think that has been realized over the last 2 years that we were confined. Everything is limited. You cannot use up all your money. Even if you have all the money, you cannot buy all the kind goods that you want, because you have to share resources with other people. So doon natin nakita na pare-pareho lang talaga ang tao, di ba? Pare-pareho lang tayo sa buhay. So I think that's very, very important to remember, that treasure those that you cannot really buy.
Right.
Those things.
I certainly agree with you, Colonel. Money cannot buy us happiness, maybe for some, but it doesn't last. Everything is just in the surface. Colonel, lastly naman, young women. They are confused right now. Marami tayong graduate students. They do not know exactly what they wanted. Katulad mo, you wanted to just have a degree, but then again, you wanted to pursue something that is a longer for you and your family and your loved ones. What would be your advice to these young women that would be choosing their career now?
Well, to all young women out there who are a bit confused, or a bit challenged, or unsure about yourselves, one of the many things that I've been doing in my career is I always find time to find silence, talk to yourself, and really understand what you really want to pursue in life. Do not question and one of the many weaknesses of women is they question their abilities and what they can do as a woman. So one of the many things that I would like for young women to remember is that it is only you who can limit what you can and you cannot do with your life and your career. Regardless, as I have said, of the circumstances that you have in your life, as I have said, I came from a very simple family, and really all these articles published about me and the accomplishments I had was because of curiosity and of me wanting to learn something new. And I achieved all this because of that I wanted to learn more, I wanted to discover more, I wanted to do something more because I wanted to help other people as well. And I wanted to at least inspire other women like you are. And with that, do not I would like to remind you that you are beautiful as you are. Do not question yourself as a person. Being in this world is already beautiful. You are beautiful yourself, regardless of how you look, regardless of your figure, regardless of how short or how tall you are. Doesn't really matter. You are beautiful as you are, and that is the first thing you should do. Accept yourself, love yourself, and then allow yourself to discover things. And that way you will realize that you can do a lot of things, not necessarily by the use of money or by the use of something extraordinary, just yourself. So be yourself and have time to figure out what you want to really become, because it's not necessarily that what you dream of is what you become, right? I mean, I finished my nursing degree, but I ended up becoming a police officer, and I really loved it. I really loved it. It's a life of public service, and it's amazing all the things that I have done throughout my career, and I know that you can too. So it's not necessarily, if you fail in one thing, you have to just pick up yourself and do something even better. Failures are normal. There is something that we have to go through. It's something that we have to go through so that it makes us a better person. So you should not worry about failing. You should be more focused on getting back on your feet and do something else that would make you happy. So do something that makes you happy and that makes you think, that makes you excited. All right. And do not force yourself to something that you really didn't want, and do not allow others to dictate upon you what is right. I am sure deep in your heart, you know what you really want to become. And believe that you're going to be someone great.
Certainly a good advice for everyone, not just for young women, Colonel, but everyone that is watching us today. And please, Colonel, please thank everyone and maybe greet our kakailians then for their unending support po.
Yeah, my father, who's my rock star, Mayor Cesar Molitas. I love you. My siblings, Kelly, Carla, Christine, Kirk, and everyone else. Thank you so much for the inspiration that you bring me. And to all Cordillerans, Kibungan, Ibinget, Amin Kanyayo, Agyamana, I am your daughter. I'm a daughter of Cordillera, and I am proudly Igorota. I'm glad that I'm able to speak about our culture, our life in the Cordilleras, and I will continue to do so. And you all inspire me to become the person that I am, and I hope that you continue being proud. Let us continue being proud of who we are, because I am proud of who I am. I'm a full-blooded Igorota, and all the women out there, be proud of who you are. It is the acceptance. It begins with accepting ourselves. That's the first success that we gain in our lives. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me in the program, and I hope that we continue this conversation, and let us have more and more conversation, especially to inspire other young people around Cordillera, because many Cordillerans are so talented, so beautiful, and so amazing. I hope that you will have this platform to hear the voices of the young Cordillerans.
Certainly, Colonel. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your time. And please, ingat po kayo. You've dedicated your whole life into service. And we also are very thankful that you are doing this, not just for yourself, but to all Cordillerans as well. Ingat po palagi, ma'am. Ayan, Morning Barkada. Such an amazing story for us to start this week, diba? If you have something that you wanted to pursue right now, if it's either just, wanting to step out from the norm, kung gusto nating mag-start ng career, kung gusto nating mag-start ng business, go ahead and pursue it. What's most important, Morning Barkada, is that you do what makes you happy. You are enough, you are loved, you are blessed, Morning Barkada. Kaya magbabalik pa rin ang Morning Balitaktakan.
Sisi, promise, sa milky ng batang 90s. Paulinimen! Masakit ba ang likod, ang kasu-kasuan? Namimitig o masakit ang iyong kalangan? May rayuma, arthritis o nahihilo? May stiff neck, flatulence o masakit ang ulo? Sa Paulinimen, ginhaway, garantisado. Paulinimen, isang pahid ka lang. Dahil walang out sa Pau!
The Baguio Country Club, the first and only 5-star mountain resort in the Philippines, is fully equipped and ready to welcome you back. The club has thoroughly worked on adapting to the new normal. The usage of any of the facilities and amenities of the club is governed with specific rules, regulations, and procedures in accordance to the medical, physical distancing, and disinfecting protocols. And as you return back here to your second home and make new memories with us, we assure you that at the Baguio Country Club, you do not have to worry because we can assure you that the club continuously puts great importance to the health, safety, and wellness of its members, guests, and employees.
Tag-ulan na naman. Marami na naman akong bibiktimahin.
Tag-ulan na naman, pinapaalala ng Department of Health na sundin ng 4S kontra dengue. Una, search and destroy mosquito breeding ground. Pangalawa, secure self-protection measures. Pangatlo, seek early consultation. At higit sa lahat, support tracking to prevent impending outbreaks. Ugaliing sundin ng 4S ng DOH dahil stay safe at home ka na, then get out ka pa!
Best sellers that we have are the pork sisig, sizzling liempo, quarter leg, and then we have the sizzling beef pares as well.
Gusto mo bang maging updated sa balita at mapasaya ang inyong araw? I-scan ang inyong mga Digibox at hanapin ang Highland TV, ang aming channel nakadepende sa inyong lokasyon. Para naman sa mga gumagamit ng free TV o digital smart TV, posisyon ang inyong antena sa labas ng bahay at hanapin ang Channel 44. Pwede rin kaming subaybayan live sa Original News Group Luzon Facebook page at RNG Luzon YouTube channel. Araw-araw tumutok para sa mga balita, latest updates at kulitan tuwing umaga.
Nako, Charles. So, mahilig ka ba mag-taxi, Charles?
Oo, syempre. Yan yung kwan natin common na transportation natin, Kao.
Oo, ako, mahal kasi ang taxi. Pero before, lagi ako nagta-taxi. And alam mo ba, Charles, na napakadami na talagang mga innovations ngayon. Kasi, alam nyo, hindi lang mga robot, no? Yung mga robot. Kanina napanood natin yung sa ospital, robot na. Ngayon, taxi. Ano kayang feeling, Charles, kapag ang mga sinakyan mong mga taxi, yung mga robot yung andun?
Nako!
Ano kaya? Paano ka nagdadrama ka? Tapos, nasabihin ba ng robot, bakit ka umiyak? Paano ka papara o kaya sasabihin mo, wait lang, bababa muna ako saglit na, wiwiwi ako.
Diba?
Paano kaya, no?
Pero, nakaka-curious.
Pero alam nyo ba, sa ibang bansa na naman, no? Isang bansa ay gumagamit na sila ng mga taxi na may pagka-robot-robot. And
Oy, tignan
ikikwento
natin.
sa atin yan ng ating partner na Voice of America. Mula po ngayon, actually mula last week, ay nag-share na po sa atin ng isa sa ating partner na Voice of America.
Yan.
Kaya marami na tayong matututunan, hindi lang sa Philippines, pero international. Kaya naman, panoorin natin ito.
These days, summoning a car ride with your phone isn't all that unusual. Unless, of course, the car that's being summoned drives itself to you.
It's a center of attraction. Everybody wants to see it. They want to come near it. They want to touch it. They want to feel it.
Anand Nandakumar is the founder of Halo, a new driverless car service whose semi-autonomous, all-electric vehicles are remotely controlled by drivers stationed less than 50 miles away at the Nevada-based startup's headquarters.
We are taking a off-the-shelf electric cars, and then we retrofit that with 3 tiers of compute and sensors and a drive system that enables us to drive the vehicle remotely.
The most important part of the car? Cameras, which Halo says give remote drivers 360-degree visibility. The service relies largely on T-Mobile's 5G network to function.
To me, this is almost a sweet spot of a use case that we can demonstrate the power of 5G.
Once a vehicle arrives, the customer gets behind the wheel and takes over driving. It's a small step towards a future where fully autonomous cars could be more prevalent. For now, Nandakumar says the mix of human and self-driving technology is about building consumer trust.
So there is a big social trust gap between where things are today in transportation to where things are going to be in the future, where all the vehicles will potentially be driverless and autonomous. So for us to build that trust, we need to start somewhere.
The service also eliminates another major hassle of driving: parking.
When you're done, simply just leave the vehicle and close the door. We will take over.
For once, not being in the driver's seat could be a good thing. Tina Trin, VOA News.
Yan,
napakaganda
driverless. Oo. Napakagandang technology yan kasi ang gamit po nila sa US is 5G. Ewan ko lang dito kasi mga tower natin at mga telecom natin hindi pa ata 5G. Yung
3G,
iba 4G. LTE, minsan E. Ano mga
H.
Yan, H.
Maabot kami sa H, minsan dot na lang.
Oo. Naku, kung may robot na taxi dito sa Pilipinas, siguro gaganon lang.
Traffic, no? Tapos sabi ng robot, I don't want anymore.
So, yun online system, yung kanilang mode of paying. Hindi mo kailangan maglabas ng piso, 5. Siguro pwede dito kapag i-Gcash mo siguro yung bayad mo, 'di ba? And then self-driving po pala itong mga na to, mga taxi na to. So, oo. So wala doon ka lang, sakay ka lang doon sa likod, tapos may sensor siya na kapag nakasakay na, aandar na.
Pero pwede ka ding sumakay kunyari agdra drive.
Pwede naman, oo. Kasi mayroon pa lang, kapag meron yung cellphone, kaya niyang kontrolin. Parang nag-games lang siya. 'Di ba? So, kung ganun lang naman, di nag-games na lang ako ganun, di ba?
Ayoko dito kasi dito sa Philippines, mahilig sila sa GTA. Baka mamaya babanggaan yung mga dito. Anyway, that is from Voice of America. Alam niyo po ba na ang Voice of America ay ang oldest na multimedia platform na fina-fund ng US. Pero itong Voice of America is an international platform po with over 47 languages. So, napapanood dito, pwede itong panoorin all throughout or worldwide, no? Kahit saan ka kasi nga, ang kanilang language ay pwedeng matranslate po sa kung anong lengguwahe ang pwede. Pero, syempre dito sa Philippines, kaya naman nating umintindi ng English. Pero, pwede din yan, pasok din yan kung kailangan natin ng Tagalog. And here in the Philippines, Northern Luzon, we are very proud that tayo po ang kauna-unahang partner nila sa television. Kaya naman, abangan nyo. Marami pang ikikwento ang Voice of America sa atin. Meron sila technology, medical, lahat ng pwede nating malaman ng kaganapan international. And malay nyo, ma-feature na din nilang mga Philippines, no? Diba? Ano kayang meron sa Pilipinas? Malay nyo, tayo ang panoorin in the future. Kaya thank you so much po, Voice of America.
Meron yung robot na nang huli daw ng magnanakaw. Nilagay sa US. After 5 minutes, yung robot nakahuli ng 500 na kriminal.
Oy.
Nilagay sa UK, ganun
Oh.
din. After 5 minutes, nakahuli ng 600 na
Wow.
magnanakaw.
Oo.
Ngayon, tinesting dito sa Pilipinas.
Oh.
Nilagay doon sa sentro ng EDSA.
Oh.
After 2 minutes, yung robot nawala.
Nanakaw. Yung robot ang nanakaw. Oy, grabe ka naman. Baka na-cure yun.
Na-cure yun.
Grabe ka, ikaw, slander ka dito sa Pilipinas. Sinasabi mo na nangunguha ng robot. Oo, pero anyway, thank you so much po sa lahat po ng tumuto sa Morning Balitaktakan, sa lahat po ng aming viewers sa Facebook. Maraming salamat po. Hindi na namin iisa-isahin, pero La Union, Pangasinan, Ilocos, Nueva Ecija, Nueva Vizcaya, Baguio City, and Benguet, all throughout the Philippines. Babatiin ko na thank you so much po.
Babatiin din natin yung mga nanonood dyan po sa Tagudin, Ilocos Sur. Uy, good morning pala yung lola ko nandun na nakarating na si Lola Lusing, and then Edna Limon yung nanay ko, and si papa ko Renato Limon. Hello po, good morning.
Pahingi po ako ng spam. And syempre sa aking mama and dadod, sa tita ko, sa lahat po ng aming kapamilya. And of course, sa family namin dito sa RNG na lagi po pong nakatutok. And sa aming butihin ding mga miyembro na Still Morning Balitaktakan. Salamat po sa NGCP. Salamat din sa Maranan and Ballesteros Optometric Clinic, Dizon Vision Clinic, and ang aking pampawi sa mga sakit sa katawan, Aldrich Corporation. Madami silang produkto dahil mapapasabi ka na lang ng wala nang pau. Naku, nilaklak ko kasi yung pau, kaya iba na yung epekto sa akin sa salita.
Huwag niyong gagawin po yun. And then, pasalamatan din natin ang nagbibigay po sa atin ng iba't ibang quality furnitures at pwede na pong mag-order online. Ang TG Home Builders, and pwede din po kayong mamasyal at magliwaliw kahit Lunes sa Lunes. Why not? Tanggal ang stress dyan po sa Pugad Adventure Resort, dyan po sa Pugo, La Union. And nagbibigay po sa atin ng musical instruments ang Musar Music. At kung hanap nyo naman iba't ibang mga flavors ng milk tea or fruit tea or kape, pwede po dyan sa Batang 90s Milk Tea, dyan po sa Upper Session Road, Baguio City, tapat po ng PFVR Gym. At wag din natin kakalimutan ang the only 5-star Mountain Resort. Ayan, ang Baguio Country Club. Kakagaling ko nga lang noong Friday.
Kumain ka ng mga wagyu, may pa-wine-wine ka pa.
Di ba may hilera ng mga Pilipinong pagkain? Walang pansin. Diretso ako sa steak.
Ganun? Bakit ako nung pumunta ako doon, kinuha ko muna yung mga Bake Mac, ganun. Tapos sabi nila sa akin, nakakahiya ka, hindi ka marunong kumain. Kumuha ka doon. May matusok-tusok kasi. Ano pala yun? Mga beef pala yun. Oo. May mga... Sabi ko, ayoko umiikot, baka hindi pa luto. Charot! Anyway, thank you so much, Country Club, po sa masasarap niyong pagkain lagi.
Nakakamiss dyan, no?
Yes, and nakasama niyo ngayong araw, nag-iisang napakalit, pero napakakulit, Randy Guzman.
Nakasama niyo naman sa talakan at diskusyon, Charles Limon, at bukas, magsasama-sama tayong magmarites sa umaga. Makakasama niyo ang inyong dynamic trio siguro, or duo. Depende na kung mag-minus or plus. Tutok lang kayo, magbabalik bukas ang Morning Balitaktakan!